we have an ideas question here that has clear instructions, right? We need to establish the main idea of the paragraph, so we better get a sense of what the main idea is. And we know the best way to do that is to use dumb summaries that focus on just repeated things in the paragraph, right? This is a long paragraph. There's a lot of text here. But when I read it, I'm not really looking to kind of memorize all the details. I'm looking for the things that are repeated. Main ideas are repeated ideas. So let me show you what I see as I go through. Proof of ulterior motives is scarce. Proof scarce. Skipping the stuff that I'm going to change. For instance, C.E. Hooper's ratings indicate that a mere 2% of households had tuned into the broadcast. Pooley and Sokolow also call into question the validity of an off-site report that was based on a survey conducted 6 weeks after the broadcast. Just because some people found the broadcast unsettling, the authors contend, doesn't mean they believed it and reacted with real terror. According to this report, 1 million people indicated that they had been frightened by the broadcast. Ratings, however, revealed that far fewer than 1 million people had been listening to the broadcast. Furthermore, Pooley and Sokolow note that this survey conflated being frightened, disturbed, or excited by the program with being panicked. Okay, so what's my dumb summary? Look at these things. Proof is scarce. There's fewer people than they thought. They're questioning the validity. So, basically, like, the evidence is bad. That's kind of what the summary is here. So what choice matches with that? Well, if we go back, proof of ulterior motives is scarce, consequently weakening Pooley and Sokolow's argument. Well, we should remember from the previous question or previous paragraph that these guys are arguing that it wasn't scary, is kind of their point. So this is backwards. But maybe if we didn't remember that shouldn't bother us here, because we're going to find a better answer choice anyway. B, but evidence does suggest that reports of panic have been overblown. So the evidence that they have is bad, so here's the evidence is that it's overblown. That's a good fit. Let's keep looking. Yet Pooley and Sokolow maintain that the newspaper industry intentionally distorted this story. Well, they do say that, but that's not a bad thing. It's not a yet. That's in the same vein as what they're saying, right? Is like the evidence that their people were actually panicked is wrong. The evidence the newspapers used is wrong. So this kind of fits in with what their argument is. And D, making it difficult to determine what really happened. Well, no, they seem to suggest that they know exactly what happened and that what we think happened was just wrong. So look, I get why this question is difficult, is it's kind of playing with different people's arguments here, and that's always a challenge. We see that sometimes in the reading section where we have to keep in mind the author's argument and then the people he's quoting, their arguments and things like that. Here, though, we're looking for a choice that says that evidence is overblown. We're saying that the evidence that they had is wrong, and they're systematically chopping down all the other pieces of evidence and saying why the evidence is bad. They're questioning the validity of the evidence. They're saying the percentages, the numbers are wrong. So choice B fits with that. It's an annoying question to put near the end when you're probably running out of time, but I still, maintain that the dumber version of what you read is probably the better version because it helps you narrow your focus to the right ideas and pick the right choice. A and C also are kind of similar in that both of them are kind of saying the same thing, that Pooley and Sokolow are wrong. And so that's kind of the opposite. We want to say that they're right. This is their argument, that they're right. So that might help too.